Hey guys, what's up? It's the Snake Dude 1814 here, and in this week's video, I'm going to be discussing the best substrates to use for corn snakes. So, let's say you're like myself here, and you just have a standard corn snake habitat. You're not breeding, you're not doing anything fancy. There tends to be three substrates that I will often see people use for pet corn snakes. Now, I looked through a lot of them. Obviously, there's more than just three, but the three substrates that I will be covering today are the most popularly used in terms of corn snake keeping. So after just seeing Hash's tank and now moving back onto Vegas, my other corn snake, you can probably already guess which substrate I'm going to start out with, and that would be Aspen. So Aspen is your typical snake bedding. A lot of people like to use it for corn snakes because it is dry, so your snake isn't making contact with a damp substrate. It keeps humidity out of the air, and quite frankly, I think it looks really nice. It also comes in other varieties like lizard litter, which is shown, and overall, I mean, it's pretty much a good substrate for corn snakes. It allows them to burrow. The one issue I think people in the United States have is that when you have a glass top tank, it really is a dry substrate. And corn snakes like a little bit of humidity, I'd say around 50%, but they don't like too much. And that's why we're going to move on to our next substrate, which is Cypress Mulch. Now, Cypress Mulch, unlike Aspen, is a little bit more damp. It actually holds humidity a bit better. So if you're from a drier state, say Arizona, in my area, I'm in the Midwest, so I still use Aspen and I have no issues, but in some areas of the Midwest, I'd say where it gets really dry, you would want to use Cypress Mulch for corn snakes just because of the humidity purposes. That allows them to shed, and it also prevents them from getting too dry to where respiratory problems can occur. Now, just like Aspen, it allows burrowing opportunities. The only benefit is that it can stay moist longer than Aspen. It won't mold, and it doesn't need to be changed out as frequently. I clean my Aspen every 3 months, but with Cypress, just because it takes so long to break down and truly get dirty, I've heard people cleaning it out from every 6 to 8 months. So that would definitely be an added benefit of Cypress Mulch. And as you can see here, credit to the channel Go Herping, he uses Cypress Mulch for his corn snake. So that's just sort of a good example there. And finally, for my last substrate, I'm going to be going over Eco Earth. And I've heard mixed reviews on people using Eco Earth for corn snakes, and here's why. Eco Earth, as many of you guys know, is ground coconut coir. So it's very damp. Again, if you're from a dry area, it'll hold humidity great. However, it's very, very, very small particles. And a lot of people, they worry about impaction, and I personally would worry about that too, whereas Cypress Mulch and Aspen are much larger pieces of bark, and snakes are actually able to spit large pieces of wood out like that if it gets stuck onto the fur of a mouse or a rat. Now, of course, Eco Earth is a little bit different. That's sort of a damp particle substrate. It's very little. A snake could ingest a lot of that. And that is primarily the concern I think I would have with it personally, as well as what a lot of other people might have. As you can see here, though, credit to AT Reptiles. He actually houses his corn snake on EcoEarth. So far, I do not believe he has had any problems with it, but you know, I'm trying to make sure you guys know that these substrates are actually used, so I found a couple examples, including myself, for using Aspen in the case. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you liked the video, definitely leave a like. Be sure to share it to your friends if they're looking to get a corn snake and don't know what substrate to use. Until then, though, this has been the Snake Dude 1814, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.